Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we got for you right now. If you want the creme of the creme, what I mean by creme of the creme, my poor French that I'm saying right now, if you want the ultimate luxury in an SUV forward slash off roader, however you want to call this, you are looking at the right video. We got for you right now a 143 scale 1993 Mercedes Benz G 300. If you know anything about Mercedes Benz, you know this model because this is a model that's been out there in the Mercedes lineup for a very long time. And every rich and famous person that can afford one of these, most likely they will buy one or at least have them in their list of possible choices. As square as may look, as probably boring for some people, for other people, this is the ultimate rich name you can drive. When I'm saying rich name, is the car that everybody and their grandma once wished they had. But at least let's get to the point. The Mercedes Benz G Class, better known as the G Wagon, it's been a model that's been out there. As you know, the G Wagon, they started as an off-roader for the, if I'm not mistaken, was for the German army. But after a little bit, it was developed as a military off-roader, and later it got to be a luxury model in certain countries. Actually, in certain markets, it was actually called Punch G, until the year 2000. Some countries, Punch is like a, if I'm not mistaken, is like it's like a manufacturing company in Austria that has some connections with Mercedes Benz. Some Mercedes Benz were called Punch in, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I don't know much about Punch, but I know it's a Austrian brand that used to be very connected with Mercedes. But going back to this model right here, since this is a 1993 model, it's basically they had the W460 model, which ran from 1979 all the way down till 1991, and then the W461, which is like literally like a second generation. Well, actually, it was not a second generation; it was a refreshed model of the very first G wagon. It came out in 1992. Okay, and basically that was basically same car that we're looking at right now, but made it more modern, more attractive. Getting to the to the newer era, not a 1979 model no more. Even though it kept the same shape and form, they put new rims, they made the grill a little bit more bigger. Things that will make the car look a lot more attractive to the newer generation. Okay, so this is a 461 model for, like I said, from started 1992, and that model it ran until 2019 as a civilian, and then it came out with a newer model too. So now, engine wise, obviously, I'm going to tell you all the engines. It depends on the market, where you're from. Some markets got different models because obviously, sometimes some markets probably had more options. You had a 2.3 4-cylinder, you had a 2.5 5-cylinder diesel, you had a 2.7 turbo diesel 5-cylinder, you had a 2.9 5-cylinder diesel, and 2.9 5-cylinder turbo diesel. And then you had the bigger boy, which was a 3.0 V6 turbo diesel. But these must have been a big horsepower engine because these are heavy cars, heavy, rugged type of cars. Transmission wise, on these cars, even though it's a European model, you're still gonna get the more easier to handle a big boy like this, which will be the automatic. You had a 4-speed automatic. You had a five. Oh no, actually, you also get manual. Okay, so I'll retract all that. At the end of the day, it is still a European brand, so their manuals cannot be forgotten. So you had a 4-speed automatic, and then you had a 5 or a 4-speed manual. Okay, that's good. At least they made it optional for depending on what market you were going for. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, real quick before I forget, I see they also had another version called the W463. That one also ran between 1991 and 2018. This one could also fall into that. And this one has even bigger engines, which I kind of thought about. I said, those engines were quite small. Even though this is a 3.0, you can see 300 is a 3.0, but it's still a 3.2, 3.6, 4.0. 5.0, 5.4. So these are 6 and 8 cylinder. Oh, even bigger. Yeah, 5.5, 6.0. Yeah, that's 12 cylinder 6.0. And then you had a bunch of diesel engines too. And transmissions, you had a 5-speed manual, 4-speed automatic, 5-speed automatic, and a 7-speed automatic. So I guess the one that I mentioned before was for the smaller engine, same type of vehicle but smaller engine, and that was the W461 model. And then for the W63, it's the one that I mentioned, which I think is the one that we're looking at right now. But they all fall into the same looks, and they all same the G wagon altogether. All right, guys. I know it's a little confusing because this car has a lot of history and I don't want to make the video 30 minutes long. I know there's a lot more I can say about the car because I'm looking at it right now, but I don't want to make this car a video such a long video because it gets boring after a while. I understand, but I'm glad you guys are still up, watching, and listening to me. Don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. I appreciate it very much. Shows me that you're interested in this video. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think about the video and everything, and the car and everything. And don't forget to click and subscribe. Goodbye.